All right, we're live. We're live. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. YouTube, talk to me. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everybody, just talk to me right now. Happy Sunday. It's going to be really dope, really dope. Yeah. We cooking. We cooking some good food. Give me 1 second. I got to pin the comment. Cooking with I'm here with a legend right now. I'm here with a legend right now, y'all. This is not no fly by night live. This is a real live. Shout out to the YouTube community. Listen, I said, listen. I told my people, I said, listen. I'm here with the legend right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you my OG, my mentor, Titus Unlimited. Clap up this man.
And to my people, just FYI, I want to introduce my man Scott Bernhard to everyone. You can find him on IG. You're what on IG, Scott?
Scott Bernhard. That's
so
it.
Bernhard, real easy to find. And today we're actually going to be doing a quick cooking a demo and talking about healthy cooking. And Scott is a viral vegan, but he also does fantastic workouts. Go and check him out on Instagram and also YouTube. He does some fantastic workouts, calisthenics and what have you. But he is a plant-based guy, and you guys know I eat plant-based many a times too. Yes. So we're actually going to get together and do a little bit of cooking and talking today.
Yes.
So stay tuned. But he's going to be leading this one, so I'm just going to be answering questions and doing what I do.
Definitely. So today, what we're going to be doing a vegetable Thai curry. Mm-hmm. All right. So listen, man, y'all love Thai food. Stay tuned for this one. All right. First of all, black men cook. All right. We here. We get down in the kitchen. All right. So tune into this wonderful live stream. You're gonna learn a lot, and we're gonna be asking questions. We're gonna do like a little interview here and there, just asking questions. Because if you didn't know, Titus Unlimited fit over 50. Fit over 50. Yes, it's very possible to have a wonderful physique, to live a healthy lifestyle. Over 50, over 60, over 70, no one doesn't matter. It's all about what? Consistency and dedication to the goal. All right. So this man is goals right here. So let's start off. What we got here?
So, like you said, we're making a kind of a vegetable medley. So basically, what we're using is we're using eggplants. Everybody knows eggplant. We're using bell peppers. Okay, green and red. I always like to have color. I use a little bit of cilantro, basil, red onion, and some scallions. And I'm also going to throw some frozen peas in them to add a little extra, flavor. But it comes together as one of those meals that comes together very quickly. So yeah.
All right. So there you have it. And we also have our seasons as well. I don't want to get too crazy, but we have the curry powder. Shout out to all my trainees out there. We have the curry. Ground turmeric. All right.
Crushed red
pepper, black pepper, organic, no salt seasoning. No salt.
Yeah. So what happens is I always tell people when you cook, especially people who are considered predisposed to high blood pressure and all those things like that, the flavor from your food doesn't come from salt. The flavor from your food comes from seasoning. And seasoning can be herbs and what have you. So if you look at all the things that you just enumerated, there's no salt. The only salt here is I have a special mix that I made, which is a curry, a coconut curry, and I infused it with a little bit of Himalayan salt. So I put a little bit of salt, but most of that, or all of that right there, is zero salt.
All right.
And so, like I said, most of your seasoning comes from, actual flavor, the actual flavor of your food. So, like I said, the basil, the scallions, the cilantro, those are the things that are actually going to give my food flavor. Plus the coconut flavor, the turmeric, the curry, that's actually what's going to give it flavor. The salt part, that's not flavor, that's just salt. Exactly.
Wow. He debunked that real quick because everybody's like, I gotta put salt in this, I gotta put salt in that. No, it's seasoning.
Yeah, seasoning.
All right, it's the other S, not the, okay.
That's what makes your food taste good is the actual seasoning that's on the food.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm starting off with the red onions, but go ahead and I'll be answering questions as we go.
Okay, wonderful. So first of all, shout out to the YouTube community. I see 44 people in here, 34 likes. Get the likes up in the YouTube community. Shout outs to, everybody that's there. Yeah, so right now he's cutting up the red onion. All right, so this is what we're gonna start right here. So what's your origin? Where you from? Where you from?
Well, originally I'm from West Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Liberia to be exact.
Big up.
Yeah, Liberia. So I'm half Liberian and also half Haitian. So I can't ignore my Haitian roots. There you go. My father was Haitian, and my mother was African.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Listen, that's two strong bloodlines.
Yeah, the two first free black nations on the planet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Okay. Definitely. And where did you grow up most of your life? You grew up in Africa. So you was born.
I was born there and I lived there until I was about 21.
Okay.
Before I moved to the United States. So
okay.
I've been in the U.S. for about 30 years, but I've traveled all over the world as well. So I got a lot of influence from a lot of places.
Ah, okay. So as you travel the world, you start to expand your horizons when it comes to culture, when it comes to food, when it comes to taste.
When it comes to everything, I mean, that's what makes us. That's what grows us as human beings, is varying experiences.
Yeah.
And we actually grow when we experience people that have varying experiences as well, because we glean from them. We learn different things. Through them, we get different exposures.
Yes.
We see the world through a different lens.
Okay.
Yeah.
See? The OG's talking. I'm just listening. You know what I'm saying? YouTube community, you already know the deal. Yes, he's making curry. He's making a nice Thai curry. All right. So, all right, YouTube community. I see y'all tapping in. Tika, what's good? What's good? Shout outs. Definitely don't be afraid to hit that super chat for sure. Don't be afraid to hit the super chat. YouTube community, I do these things too. Let me know if you want me to see, if you want to see an exclusive interview with the OG himself. We probably get that done the next time I'm, in Miami. Let me know. Let me see the fire emojis, and we'll get that done. Okay.
I'm doing 2 different cuts of onion.
Okay.
So some people might always ask. I do a thinner cut. That's what goes in first, and that's what's going to basically make more flavor.
Right.
And then I do a larger cut, and that's more so for, not necessarily for garnish, but that's the one that goes in and stays a little bit more raw.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, see, there's techniques. You just don't be cutting up your onions and just throw it in. Like, there's specific techniques.
This would be the cut of the first one. Really small, right? And when you put that and you actually fry it up a little bit, you'll see that it'll actually dissolve much faster. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the second one is going to be more so like this.
Ah, okay.
There you go.
See, I can show you an example. Yeah. See, listen, this man is very calculated. You see, so he said he cut up in this size and in this size. All right, so we got like 4 things going on. Okay, Instagram community said they want to see the exclusive interview. Don't worry, we're gonna get it done. You know how I do my interviews already. You know how I give it up with those, so don't worry. This is
and my crowd is definitely not. It's definitely getting a treat because your enthusiasm.
Yeah. Listen, man. Listen. If you didn't know, it's your boy Scott Bernhard, straight from the Bronx, Jamaican. Both my parents are Jamaican and all that. So I come with the fire.
You come with the energy, right?
You know what I mean? Bernhard, work hard, Bernhard. So shout out to the family. Yeah.
So with this meal, one of the hardest, I shouldn't say the hardest thing, the thing that actually is the most time consuming is the prep work. Okay. Well, most of the meals that I show people how to make, can be done in about 30 minutes.
Right.
All right. If you do this properly, this is a meal that can last you all week. So once again, meal prep becomes easy when you understand what you're doing.
Right.
So, let me finish this up. So now you see I have 2 different sets of onions. All right. One that's cut fine like this, okay, and then one that's cut a little bit bigger like this. And the bigger ones are going to go in kind of last because they you want them to be more fresh, because once again, when you eat, the more fresh the vegetable, the more the nutrients you get from it.
Okay.
And you and I were talking about nutrients today.
Yes, we were.
Yeah. So we're talking about what is it? Macronutrients and micronutrients.
Yes.
And I always tell my people, even though I own a supplement company, one of the things I tell people is the bulk of your nutrients, the food that you actually need to power your body, needs to actually come from actual, real, whole food. So yeah, taking and consuming nutrients is fantastic. Consuming supplements is fantastic,
right?
Because supplements are supposed to be a supplement. They bridge a gap.
Add it on.
Exactly. They bridge a gap, but they're not supposed to represent the lion's share of what you get. Now, there's some nutrients that you can only get from supplements because they're very hard to procure naturally, but we're talking about your regular vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, things like that. You want to get that from actual whole food. Okay, so all right, so I'm done with the onion. I'm gonna take these.
Okay.
And move them over here. Okay.
And let me just add it on real quick. Like supplements is not the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? It's help to just add on towards what you are doing. It's supplements. All right. So you ever play Super Mario and then you get the mushroom and then you start to grow big like that's what happens.
It's a boost.
It's a boost.
Exactly.
But listen.
But if your diet is trash,
talk about it.
Right. If your diet is trash,
talk about
no
it.
amount of supplements is gonna save you.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. So listen, if you want to lose weight, then it's all about caloric deficit. If you want to gain weight, it's all about caloric surplus. All right. Focus on essential minerals. Focus on dense, nutritious foods instead of just going with macronutrients. What about micronutrients as well? So everything plays its part.
Yeah, we did talk about that today because you hear a lot of the fitness world talking about macros.
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
and yeah, you got to get your macros. And sadly, I've actually seen people in the fitness community promoting to people, a healthy way to eat McDonald's.
I'm telling you, you go to YouTube right now and you type in that, there's a video that's gonna come
Exactly. And the sad thing about it, and I've talked about processed food over the last couple days and weeks, processed food is actually void of actual micronutrients. Yes. You can get protein from processed meat. Of course you can. That's what they do. You can get protein from processed meat. You can get, and the macronutrients are proteins, carbs, fats, fiber, and I always like to add a fifth, water. Okay? But you can get that from, processed stuff. Yeah. But where people fall short and why people have a lot of these disorders and stuff like that is because the actual things that run your body, which is minerals, because we're carbon based.
Yes,
you get no actual micronutrients from processed food unless it's added in. If it's added in, then it's synthetic, so your body doesn't really assimilate as well. So
listen, I hope you have a notebook, because one thing I always say is that knowledge is power, but knowledge is power when it's being applied.
Yes.
See, you can know something, right? You can learn something, but if you're not applying it to your life, then it's void. So this is like one of those live streams that you really want to get your notepad. You want to get, what type of stuff? Let me, jot down little things as well. So definitely, shout out to the YouTube community. We got 50 people, 65 likes. Let's keep more likes than the viewers. Shout out to the Facebook community. We see you. Shout out to the Instagram community. We see you. Listen, black men, hashtag. So just finished cutting up the bell peppers and the onions.
Yeah, the green ones. Now I'm gonna cut the red.
All right.
For people who don't know, always people say, well, how do people who are plant-based or vegan, they don't get any protein. Well, newsflash: eggplants have protein, peas have protein, bell peppers have protein, and the main thing about eating properly as a plant-based person, and you know this, it's about combination of food.
Yes.
So your body can make protein if you give it the proper amount of amino acids, the proper mix of amino acids. So varying your food, like red beans and rice, will create protein. Why? Because they have, between the two of them, there's all the 9 essential amino acids that can make protein. So you don't necessarily need meat to make protein or to live a balanced and healthy life.
You hear what he's saying? Yeah. All right, so all you trolls out there on YouTube, you hear what he's saying? All right.
And that being said, I mean, I'm not 100% plant-based.
Right.
But I do recognize what real is, and and yes, you can.
All right. See, the man has spoken to himself. Listen, there's options. All right, there's options. I remember a person that'd be like, okay, that's one way that fits all. No, there's different varieties and everything doesn't work for everybody. But for my people out there, like that are plant-based or vegan like myself, I've been plant-based vegan for 4 years now. So it's always a way to go about it, but you got to educate yourself. You don't want to just jump into something and like, hey, all right, I'm gonna just start eating McDonald's salad or whatever. No, you got to eat nutritiously dense foods. One of my favorites is
organic food.
Yes. Oh, you mentioned West Africa. One of my things that I love to eat, especially when it comes to essential minerals and protein, is fonio. I can't stop talking about fonio.
Yep.
Straight from Senegal, West Africa, fonio is probably one of the most highly consumed grains for me personally, other than rice. I'll eat wild rice from time to time, but fonio is my number one. Look into it. FONIO. All right, I just put y'all on. Shouts to my Senegalese people, man. All right. So now we're in the process of cutting up my favorite, which is the scallion. Shouts to my Jamaican, the scallion. You have to say it with the scallion. All right.
And once again, these are all the things that create the flavor for your food.
Yes, sir. Listen, let me see. All right, YouTube. Let's get to 100 likes, YouTube. Stop playing with me. Let's get to 100 likes. I made sure that I give y'all something a little different. I'm trying to read the comments, but if you want your comment read, remember, hit that super chat. Hit that super chat. We're doing it a little different tonight. I'm not in the Bronx. I'm not about to joke upstairs. Not tonight.
All right. So now the eggplant. Once again, a lot of people. I know a lot of people never really cooked with eggplant before, but it's a very easy vegetable to use. And so I don't know if people have actually seen what an eggplant looks like. You'd be surprised. A lot of people have not really seen it, but you cut it and then go ahead and cut it in half.
That's very interesting because me personally, like, I never really cooked eggplant. Yeah, have eggplant cooked for me, but I never myself cooked.
So another thing about stuff like eggplant, buy it organic.
Yes,
because some of the healthiest part of the eggplant is actually the skin. So with most vegetables, you don't want to peel them, the skin. And so, buying organic helps you out because then you can actually enjoy the healthier version of your eggplant. So, and it's real easy. It feels kind of spongy,
right?
And you just. So I chop it into discs about this size, okay? And then basically, I just take the same thing and I just turn it to the side, and then you make more manageable pieces like that. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Yes.
Eggplant there.
McDonald's salads.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, for real though. Nah, like I be seeing some people like, I just went vegan. I've been eating salads at McDonald's and everything. I'm like you eat salads at McDonald's?
Well, the sad thing about a lot of people who go vegan, especially nowadays.
Talk to me.
Unfortunately, they go there because it's a fad.
Yeah.
It's cute to say it and stuff like that. And most people enter into that lifestyle without knowing what to do and what to eat. And you actually wind up doing more damage to yourself than good.
Exactly.
And so I always tell people, meat isn't your problem. It's processed meat that's your problem. Okay. So if you want to go plant-based, definitely do so, right? But understand that everybody doesn't necessarily have to.
Right.
But if you're trading meat for chemicals, then what exactly are you doing? When you start looking at things like some of those imaginary burgers.
Them GMO brands. We're not gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
Listen, we're not gonna say nothing, But you know what we talking about, right? Those highly processed brands and processed foods that try to
very high in chemicals, high in soy,
40 different degrees.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like ingredients and all that. So no, we're not gonna do that. But it is what it is. Like I always tell people, like you need to educate yourself. First of all, you need to find the reason why. Find your why. Once you find your why,
the how becomes easy. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm telling you, right? That's what I've been able to do for like 4 years plus now. Like I found my why, and I research every single day. I'm learning something. I was talking to OG the other day. You know, he was taking me a stroll through his neighborhood, and we were talking about forever being a student in this thing called life. Forever being a student. You never want to just close off yourself. You want to learn something new every single day. Every single day you want to learn something. All right. So I try to educate myself on different things, whether you read a book, whether you watch my YouTube videos, you know what I'm saying? Oh, shout out to YouTube community. We had 101 likes, shout outs. Whether you read a book, you talk to somebody, you know, you do some research and everything like that. Like there's always something to learn. And always going to be a student in this thing called life. Because then once you're a student, you just keep on learning. Listen, life gets so much interesting.
Life is very interesting, right?
Yes.
You know, I told you where I got my quest for knowledge from. And, you know, I live by that. You know, honestly, I have a tattoo that is it's called a chaos symbol. And for people who have never seen it before, is basically this tattoo that's on my leg, on this thing right here. It's also on my shoulder. And it's a never-ending search for knowledge. And my dad told me when I was a kid, and that particular statement has powered my entire life.
Right.
My dad told me, never know nothing about the same thing twice.
You told me that today too.
Never know nothing
he
about
passed
the same
on
thing
that
twice.
knowledge from Pops to me, you know, so I felt honored. And when he said that to me, like, man, listen, I just felt it right here.
Because he said, if you actually get out in life and you expose yourself to things, people, and things, you'll always come across new things, new experiences, and you'll always come across things that for the first time. And he said there's nothing wrong with that. He says, but every single time you come across something brand new, right? Learn everything you can about it so that the next time you come across it, you're familiar. So, and if you do that, you know, honestly, if you really make that a motto of yours, something that you do, you will be one of the most experienced people in the world, because if you actually make taking in life your thing, right? Every day you go out, you encounter a new person. That person has a background, has a story that you've never seen.
Yes.
If you've never heard of it, you take interest in people and you actually ask them and truly take an interest, you will learn something new from someone every day. Okay? You can. And then you take that knowledge and you continue to build on it. You know, so even with plant-based eating, 20 years ago I didn't eat like this. You know, 10 years ago I didn't eat like this. But the more I mixed and mingled with people who were healthy, people who were plant-based, I noticed that I went from eating no plant-based food or no plant-based meals 20 years ago to now that my diet is now like 70% plant-based. In a particular day, I probably eat a meat product or something like that one time. Right. But if I eat 3 or 4 times, the other ones are what? Plant-based.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And that's what healthy balance is all about. You know. Listen,
the man is giving the keys, the wisdom, the gems, and everything. OG, if you don't mind, how old are you right now?
53.
53 years young. 53 years young. Listen, you already know when it comes to the channel and everything like that, I love to, interview people and love to get their backstory and everything like that. 53 years young. OG don't skip like that, trust me. All right, so, first of all, what led you to the path of fitness and health and being invested into yourself? Like, what made you say, you know what, I gotta get up and work out. I gotta get moving. Like, what was that starting point for you, man?
Well, I mean, I was always an athlete. So I played sports my entire life.
Yes.
But there's a difference between, people who just work out.
Yes.
And then people who are fit. Okay. Being actually fit is more so mind, body, and soul. It's encompassing proper diet and proper mindset and all those things like that. So after my mother died in 2002,
my condolences.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean it's 20 some years, but yes, thank you. After my mother died in 2002, my mother was a fairly healthy woman. She never ate junk food, anything like that. I decided that it was like a shock to me. I said, well, I have to figure out why, because if I know that she died of cancer. And she was way healthier than me.
Wow.
Okay. I have to figure out what the hell happened so I don't fall victim to the same thing. And I started paying attention to my food. I started paying attention to what I was putting in my body. I started to research. I started to go out and get educated on it, getting certifications on it.
Yes.
And this was like 2002. This was like what?
Wow, that's
20 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. And the more I learned, I got myself in better shape. I was able to now to help other people get in shape.
Yeah.
And then basically, you know how to say 10,000 hours?
Yeah.
I put in 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
And after about 5 or 6 years, I kind of figured it out. Okay. I self-educated myself, and then I also went and, like I said, got certifications and what have you.
You embraced the journey.
Right.
Exactly.
And then because I looked at it and I said, I know what I went through with the death of my mother, and if I can help at least one person not have to go through that,
right?
If I can help one person, steer their ship in a different direction, the way they understand the value of their health and how to eat, what not to eat, because there's a lot of misinformation out there.
Yes, there is.
That actually makes people think they're eating well, right? But in actuality, they're eating crap. Every time I post the 30, I always talk to my people about it. When I post the 30-day challenge, right? It's like people always ask me, well, if I can't eat donuts, I can't eat this, I can't eat ice cream, what am I supposed to eat? The sad thing is that people have been misinformed and really think that donuts and all those things are actually really food.
Yes.
Look at everything we cut up here today.
Oh man, listen.
Right? Everything that we cut up here, right, has no list of ingredients. Okay, we cut up an onion. Okay,
that's it.
We cut up eggplant. We cut up bell peppers. We cut up scallions. We cut up actual whole food that actually has real nutrients in it that's going to feed our bodies. And nothing we cut up here is going to harm our bodies. There's not a single chemical in what we're eating.
Yes.
And the more you can eat like that, the better you put your body in a position to actually work for you. So at my age, I don't feel or perform any differently than I did when I was your age.
28,
yeah. Not even a step off. As a matter of fact, I'm in better shape now than I was when I was 32.
I was about to ask you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was 32, when I was lifting weights all the time.
Yes,
like
yes.
So and like I said, it's about proper nutrition and also mindset and education, informing yourself.
Listen. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, listen. This man has the wisdom.
I'm gonna turn the pot on now so we can start to saute the stuff. And now like I said, the hardest part is done. So you're actually gonna see how fast this meal goes. We were talking about misinformation about food.
Yes.
We're talking about carbs.
Yes.
Right? Everybody's, carbs. So I was telling him, donuts are carbs.
Yes, it is.
But that's simple carbs.
Two different types of carbohydrates.
Different type of carbohydrates.
Simple carbohydrates
versus complex.
Complex carbohydrates.
So like take for instance tonight, we can mix this with rice, but we're gonna do it even better carb and we're gonna use potatoes. I don't know if a lot of people haven't seen this, okay?
Listen,
but we're going to use
purple potato.
Purple potatoes. All right. And I've already cooked the potatoes, but this is what it looks like when it's raw.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give you guys a little treat so that you can see what it looks like on the inside.
And purple is a sign of high antioxidants.
Yeah, that's what it looks like on the inside.
That's what you need.
That's a purple potato. So even when you boil the water, and Scott told me I should save the water.
Save the water. Save the water. All right. So listen, YouTube community, you already know. Leave the super chats if you have any comments or if you have any questions that you want this young man to answer. So yeah, we here.
Literally, this is the color, and it's actually like velvet purple of the water that comes from the potato. All right, you can see when it pours in. it's definitely just purple.
That's it.
Yeah. And so, people ask, what's the difference? The difference is that the purple potato is going to be, once again, higher in nutrients.
Yes.
It's great for, colon health.
High
in, vitamins and minerals, high in fiber, but
high in antioxidants.
Yes, sir. But unlike processed carbs, your body is going to digest it much slower.
Yes.
And it's going to give you sustained energy. Okay. So, everything is, all foods are not the same. All foods are not created equal. So now I'm going to throw in my scallions, my onions, a little bit of cilantro, the smaller chopped up stuff, so I can start to make my my quote unquote
curry.
The curry, but my flavor base, if you will.
Okay, it's flavor based. Listen, like I said, this is going to be a special live stream for tonight. Shout outs to the Instagram community. I see y'all tapping in. Shout outs to Titus Instagram community. I see y'all tapping in as well. Definitely. Shout outs to the Facebook community. I see y'all. YouTube, you already know what it is. Let's YouTube. Let's get to 150 likes. If you're just coming in, like the live stream. Haven't done one of these in a while. So what is OG's channel called? What is your channel called, OG?
Titus Unlimited.
Titus Unlimited. His channel is called Titus Unlimited, and I'm going to be doing some work with him. Like I said before, the next time I come to Miami, I'm going to do an exclusive interview with this young man right here. All right, I know you guys love the interview. So Titus Unlimited is the YouTube channel. Titus Unlimited for the Facebook. Titus Unlimited for the Instagram. Okay, so. Take that in.
And Titus Unlimited for the website.
And for the website,
And speaking of which, go ahead and tell them about
Yeah. So, if you didn't know, now you know. This young man right here, he owns an amazing supplement company called
Unlimited Supplements.
Unlimited Supplements. All right, Unlimited Supplements. So basically, supplement company has all the right supplements for you. We got Chlorella, we got sea moss, bladder burdock root, protein powders, but everything's 100% natural. Everything's 100% organic. All right, like we said before, supplements is just to help add, help boost you up. Like get that, you Mario, and then the supplements, the mushroom. All right,
that's one of my favorites, the sea moss, bladder and burdock.
The sea moss, bladder and burdock roots complex right here. Peace and blessings. I see you, Instagram family. Peace and blessings. So right here, complete mineral support. Suppresses appetite, boosts energy, natural diuretic, made with organic materials. All right, 102 minerals for the human body. I always talk about sea moss, but we have it right here in powdered form. I know sometimes when it comes to making sea moss from scratch, it gets a little, some people can't get it.
A lot of people always ask me, what's the difference between the sea moss gel and the sea moss powder? So,
okay, what's the difference between the sea moss gel and the sea moss powder? The sea moss powder is more easy to whip up because it's this powder. You put powder and you put water into it. You put coconut water into it. It's like, all right, cool. The gel, you have more leeway with the gel. Like you can do more things with the gel. You can just take the gel and make a sauce out of it. You can make like a pastry added onto it and everything like that. So it's many different things you can use. The gel as well. You can use the sea moss gel as a face toner, like a topical face toner as well to help exfoliate the skin and everything like that. So it's all about all the different varieties of things that you can do with the sea moss.
So I always tell people that the gel, the powder is more for oral consumption.
Okay, right.
And the perk of using sea moss powder, the products that I carry, number one, it's organic. Number two, is manufactured in a FDA manufactured facility, GMP approved. Shelf life much longer than gel. That's the biggest thing. The gel part. How long does gel actually last?
So gel lasts to 2 to 3 weeks. Right. 2 to 3 weeks in the refrigerator, and then from there, it starts to get bad or whatever. But what OG was saying before is that the powder has way stronger shelf life, and it does the same thing as the gel. So Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you could probably make some kind of facial paste with it if you want.
Okay. Yes.
I wouldn't necessarily advise people to do that.
Right.
Use the gel.
Use the gel.
But if you're looking to consume sea moss orally, which is what most people are going to do for the vitamins and the mineral nutrients, I find it easier to purchase and have powder.
Yes.
Than gel. And it's not that one can't do the gel, but I always tell people, the time consumption.
Yeah.
People get busy.
Yeah.
How likely are you to be more consistent with just purchasing the powder and popping the pill or putting it in a smoothie versus, please tell them about the smoothie you had.
Oh, listen. So listen. As soon as I came to the crib, OG blessed me. He said, "Listen, I'm gonna make you a smoothie." I said, "All right, I'm not so much of a smoothie guy, but OG, he did. Listen, man, put pineapple, organic coconut water, mango. What am I missing? Turmeric, ginger, and we had the protein powder, which the protein powder is really damn good. It's like there's no aftertaste, and I'm not so much of a protein powder kind of guy, but this one right here is official. And I believe we had this in it, don't? Yeah. And we had the complete mineral support unlimited supplements. All right. And the thing what I really, really love about this supplement, even though I just got introduced to it, is that the Irish moss powder, which is the sea moss powder, has 1.5 grams. So there's 1,500 milligrams in there, and 500 milligrams of the bladderwrack, 300 milligrams of the burdock root. Now, what you don't understand is that bladderwrack and Irish moss, two ocean algae, but then the burdock root is also a powerful herb that helps to as a blood cleanser as well. So if you use this into your shakes or into your smoothies, then best believe it's gonna help with the purging phase and everything like that. It's gonna clear you out and also cleanse the blood as well. So this is the real deal right here. Smoothie, thank you.
And like I said, we carry a lot of other things. We carry chlorella and spirulina.
Yes, chlorella. Yeah.
We carry even sports nutrition stuff. I don't really push a lot of sports nutrition stuff, but we have the BCAAs, the pre-workout, or what have you. But what I'm most proud of are the natural supplements we carry. Like I said, the women's hormonal support.
Yes.
That's an excellent supplement. We also have a great testosterone and male enhancement, especially for guys over 40.
All right, guys over 40, tap in.
Yeah, Steel.
Tap in.
Is a new product. It's really good. Check it out.
Yeah.
The detox stack is one of my favorites. Explain to people why do we want to cleanse their colon?
Oh man, okay. So the reason why you want to cleanse your colon, first of all the diseases starts in the colon. Let me shout out to Dr. Savy, rest in power. All diseases starts in colon. So when you think about it, when you're consuming all these foods, whether you're consuming, a lot of processed foods, a lot of junk foods and things like that, you're thinking, okay, when I use the bathroom, it's all gone. No, it's not. Most of those foods don't even get to process correctly at all. And then guess what? When it doesn't get processed correctly, then guess what? It starts to rot away in the colon. And once it starts to rot away in the colon, and you have a continuous buildup, now you're creating a literal environment of toxicity. I hope I said that word right. Yeah. Toxicity in the colon, and you're creating the environment for diseases, for inflammation, for anything that's there to compromise the human body to live happily ever after. All right. So you wonder why people start to have arthritis. You wonder why some people start to succumb to certain ailments. You wonder why people start to have headaches, migraines, cancers, hypertension, all that, This is the reason why you want to cleanse your colon. That's the origin of where all diseases start from. You cleanse your colon, and listen, you're going to be in much better shape, internally and externally.
Let me see if I can show you guys.
Wow.
So now this is the beginning part of the curry dish. If you can see,
yes,
they have the eggplants and all that kind of stuff like that. So this is going to cook up in the coconut cream, right? And so basically, now I'm about to turn the stove down, and the vegetables are gonna cook, but the vegetables also make their own water. So what's gonna happen is it's gonna simmer. It's gonna be a little bit more brothy and a little bit. So yeah.
Listen, man. Oh man, the YouTube community is loving you, man. They said, listen, it looks good. Shouts to the Instagram community. Oh, they asked, did you cook with oil?
Not much oil. So in that entire pot of food, probably about 2 tablespoons of oil. Okay. I'm not a fan of using a lot of oils. As far as oils to use, healthy oils, stay away from the vegetable oils, the canola
oils.
Only use natural oils. Now,
corn
people
oil.
always say, the best oils to use are things like avocado oil,
grapeseed oil.
What's another one?
There's no walnut, right?
No, avocado and grapeseed are the 2 ones.
Yeah.
People will tell you don't heat up coconut oil, but you know what? I'm making a dish that's coconut based. So you know what? I put a little coconut oil in it because the coconut oil actually helps the flavor. But once again, 2 tablespoons in that entire big thing of food. So that's not really going to kill anybody.
All right.
So yeah, keep the oil on the low end, right? And when you do use coconut oil, obviously use virgin coconut oil.
There it goes.
Virgin organic coconut oil.
Listen, OG has spoken. All right. You hear that? All right. So, and especially with olive oil, I know some people tend to cook with olive oil, but I mean, you can cook with olive oil and everything like that, but honestly, it's better to just not even, I want to say not even cook with olive oil, but it's better to, if you just have food, just put the olive oil in there.
It's best, olive oil is best cool.
Yes.
All right. But if you're gonna use oil, once again, stick to the formula I just said. A whole pot like that, maybe about 2 or 3 tablespoons at best. All right. Your food doesn't have to swim in oil.
Right.
Okay. Stay away from that.
You wonder why people, start to feel lethargic after they, finish.
Oils are one of the hardest things to get out of your system.
Yep.
Especially if it's those hydrogenated oils, because I don't know if people really realize, but things like argo oil, coconut, vegetable oil,
hydrogenated
oil, those hydrogenated oils.
Yeah.
Those oils are actually a byproduct of industrial engineering.
Ooh, okay.
You knew that, right? Those are actually petroleum-based oils.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what people are putting in their bodies. The petroleum industry found a way to convert their waste product into a for-profit product. And all they do is they bleach it to make it nice and white, and that's what people are actually cooking with. And that actually does tear your system up. It tears your system up bad. All right. So a lot of your illnesses that people have, cholesterol, all those things like that, those things are a product of unstable oils,
right,
if you will. Just removing those oils from your diet, you'll see a big difference in your diet, your digestion, your hormonal balance as well.
Yeah,
any kind of chemicals you put in your body will throw off your hormonal balance. So you see a lot of men, they get to my age, they're suffering from things like erectile dysfunction.
Oh man, talk about it.
It's not a product of you getting older. It's a product of the amount of time you've been consuming toxins and poisons. The moment you stop consuming toxins and poison, clean your diet, and start putting in foods that actually help your body, eating things like pepper, eating things like garlic and onions, taking the right supplements and stuff like that, you'll find that all your functionality that was not as great will come back just as good as it used to be.
There you go.
It just takes time. If you've done some damage to yourself, it'll take time. If not, you will see a difference, and you'll be perfectly fine. So yeah.
Yeah, it always baffles me as well too. Like when people, they live a certain lifestyle for years, and then they're looking for weekly changes. They're looking for quick fix, and they're looking for, okay, I want to get like this in 2 weeks. I want to get like this in 1 week. But you've been living your life like this for 20 plus years, 30 plus years, smoking, drinking, eating all the KFC and frying people for the Popeyes. What is it? The Popeyes fried chicken? No, the sandwich. Yeah. The sandwich. Frying people for the sandwich and all that. And then all of a sudden you want to come here and talk about, I want to look like this in a week, in 2 weeks. Nah, see, you gotta be realistic with yourself. You gotta embrace the journey. Start to educate yourself and say, you know what? All right, this is what my starting point. All right, from here, I'm gonna just get more consistent with it. Embrace the journey. All right. Oh, another thing I want to ask you too, OG. There's some people out there that says high blood pressure runs in my family. Hold on, YouTube community. You know I'm going with this, right? Shout out to Instagram community. All right. Facebook. I see y'all too. Tap in. High blood pressure runs in my family. What else? Cancer runs in my family.
Diabetes runs in my family.
Diabetes runs in my family. Right. All right, so if it runs, then who's gonna stop it? Who's gonna finish the race? Because what's your thoughts on that? Man?
Well, first of all, if you know about marketing and propaganda, you realize and you've learned that the whole genetic blame for those diseases was something that was created by the pharmaceutical agency. So that when people are living their lives, they're not proactive about preventing those things because they figure it's going to happen anyway, so I might as well eat the food,
right?
Because I can't avoid it,
right?
So it's not that disease runs in your family; it's the habits that produce the disease. Everybody learned how to cook from the same grandmother, the same recipes are passed over. You go to the same family functions. Everybody builds a tolerance or a taste for that food from the time they're an infant. So you now find yourself throughout your entire life seeking food that tastes like grandma's food, like mom's food, and what have you. And so then you find yourself in a similar position.
So wait, let me interject real quick. So because you started from childhood up into your adulthood, you would say that you would develop emotional connection to those foods because that's where you grew up with, and that's what
it reminds you of certain things.
See, it's all about the mental. It's the psychology of it at the end of the day. Like, yes, all because it's traditional and you grew up with it and everything like that doesn't mean that it's beneficial for you. All right? Well, that's where you're gonna have to make choices and make certain decisions. So the people out there that says, oh, cancer runs in my family, diabetes runs in my family, all these different diseases run in your family. Like, who is going to be the one to stop the race? Because if you're running, oh, this runs in my family, who's the one that's going to stop the race? Who? Which generation? Because now I'm going to get a little bit, I don't want to say personal, but listen, it's Sunday. My mom always say, you tell the truth and you shame the devil. All right? One thing I've learned growing up, see, listen, man, I'm from the Bronx. I've seen a lot. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot. And I see the Kennedy Fried Chicken. I see the liquor store. I see the corner shop. Shout out to Poppy, always making the chopped cheese and all that. And, I see the Chinese food. Shout out to Bruce. It is what it is. And people in the hood or people in certain neighborhoods start to consume all these different types of foods, and all of a sudden they want to say, oh, we about to eat good. We about to eat good. We about to eat good. But not knowing that the facts of the matter is because of the lack of education, because of the lack of knowledge, you just run to anything and anything that's there. Not knowing that it's your behaviors and the food that you consume that lead you into having the cancer, that lead you to have the hypertension, to lead you to having the diabetes, that lead you to have all these different ailments that comes along. No, it doesn't run in your family. Actually, you're the one that is
perpetuating. You're perpetuating the cycle.
Ooh,
every day.
Exactly.
The biggest thing about life is about what I say, knowledge, right? Knowledge is applied knowledge. And the biggest part of enlightenment and or anything is unlearning false narratives, unlearning bad information. When people tell you these things, and a lot of times people just accept it. Think about how many people that actually believe that they can't do anything about their fate with their diabetes. I've had people all my lives, at over a dozen people this year alone that I've helped get off of high blood pressure medicine, diabetic medicine, and all those things like that with simple changes in diet. Okay? Yeah. Your body is designed to thrive if you create the environment for it to thrive.
Talk about it.
Yeah, but you have to create the environment, And the sad thing is that people are so, funny thing,
Talk to me.
I posted something a couple of days back about disease cannot thrive
In an alkaline body.
in an alkaline and oxygenated body or state.
Ooh,
Right?
Yes.
And there was this guy who says, well, what's your proof of that? So first of all, the statement was made not by me, right, but by Dr. Otto Warburg, who is a Nobel Peace Prize scientist who basically won the prize based off of his research. And this was done in the early 1900s. They buried stuff like that.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
But here's what was most, I don't want to say funny, but it was sad. This was a young guy who was he couldn't have even been 40, who had heart failure due to steroid use.
Yes.
And you're now going to argue with me about health and asking me for proof, as if you went and did the research to get proof on the steroids you took that caused your issue. But a lot of times what happens is that people hear things that are contrary to what they've heard.
Yes.
You know, that quote I always say, the biggest barrier to discovery is the illusion of knowledge.
Wow.
Because
Say that again.
The biggest barrier to discovery is the illusion of knowledge. Because once you assume you know, you're not opening yourself to new information.
Yes.
Okay? But what if you were purposely misinformed? And now you're walking around thinking you know. Like let's take for instance a couple of things.
Okay, I'm here for
Number one, dairy does the body good.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Right.
Dairy does the body good.
Right.
What's another one? You can eat as much sugar as you want. Sugar is healthy for you. Well, diabetes runs in your family.
That's 3.
You guys aren't old enough to know this, but 2 out of 3 doctors recommend Camel cigarettes.
What the?
This was an ad. This was an ad. 2 out of 3 doctors recommend Camel cigarettes.
Okay.
What was another good one? Oh, I was just thinking about it.
Wow.
I was just thinking about another great one, right? But imagine growing up with that kind of information and then someone coming to you and presenting you new information with proof. Dairy
gives you strong bones.
Yeah, dairy gives you strong bones.
When it promotes osteoporosis.
It actually oxidizes your bone and breaks it down. And the sad thing is that most people, well, no, it doesn't. My bones are fine. Well, it slowly weakens you over 40 years, and so you're more susceptible to hip fractures in your 60s and 70s. By that time, the damage is done. The same way with cleansing your system.
Yes.
Yeah, you can eat as much Burger King, McDonald's, Popeyes, Krispy Kreme when you're 20 and 30.
Oof.
Yes. Why? Because your system is robust.
Yes.
Right? It's almost like a new car.
Yeah.
You can drive a new car like crap. Not change the oil. It'll go good with you for a while. It's not going to quit the first day you don't do it. But when you get 3 or 4 years up the road, right, it starts smoking. It starts rattling. You know, the check engine light comes on. Same way with your body. Yeah. Your body starts hurting here. You know, people get 40. Oh, you know, I'm 40. It's hard for me to get out of bed.
Oh, my God.
You don't have to have those problems, but that's your body's quote unquote check engine light. Like I say, your body whispers before it screams. Yeah. When you're aching, that's your body whispering. Okay, Thanksgiving coming around the corner. How many people are going to gorge themselves until they can barely move?
Oh man, listen.
You know,
I was gonna get to the question about Thanksgiving. For all my conscious brothers and sisters, we all know what the premise of Thanksgiving and how it came about. You know, and one thing OG told me is like, listen, you can't argue with the facts. You can't argue with it. You can't act the facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. All right. So my lovely brothers and sisters is watching right now.
So pretty much, just hold on one second.
Oh yeah. Please.
Pretty much this is done. All right. And let me put this in a bowl because I'm gonna let it dry out a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But for people who want to be healthier, if you will,
yes,
the more raw your veggies are, the healthier they are.
Yes.
So I'm gonna show you guys what this is gonna look like in a bowl. Okay. So put it in a see-through bowl so you can actually see. So this is, you have your bell peppers. You can see they're still kind of firm. So I'm gonna pull the bell pepper so you guys can see. It's hot.
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
But it still has a crunch to it, which is what you want. Okay.
Damn good.
You got your peas. You got your onions. So you see the smaller onions, you can barely see them, but the larger ones are there. Once again, as you're eating them, more flavor.
Yes.
Okay. The food is not going to be overly salty. Okay. Like my mother always used to say, as far as salt, when you cook with salt, remember one thing: you can always add, but you can't take it out.
Yes. So I've eaten some overly salty food.
Exactly.
Like, what y'all trying to do? Why are you trying to kill me with sodium, man? Like, and then the more salt that you consume, it's the more dehydrated that you get.
Exactly.
All right. So if you're consuming all these foods that's high in sodium and you're not having the proper H2O hydrated water intake, then guess what? You're putting your body at risk of dehydration.
So this is a potato, purple potato, that has already been cooked.
Okay.
And so now you see what it looks like when you peel it. Wow. It is a velvet purple. So I'm just going to show you guys. So
that's right there.
Yeah. So this is the skin. And when I start to peel it, this is what the potato looks like. It literally is velvet purple. Okay. So if you never had a purple sweet potato, you can get it. I got this at Publix, but you can get it at Publix. You can get it at Whole Foods. Most of your natural food places, you can get it as well.
Farmers market, things like that.
Yeah.
Shouts to Publix.
Yeah.
Shouts to Publix.
I got this at Publix, honestly. Once again, great source of antioxidants.
Yeah.
Great source of fiber. One of your macronutrients your body needs. Potatoes are also going to contain protein. Okay. So
that.
Once again, this is actually a very protein dense meal for the better part. Okay. And so I'm going to show you how we serve this.
Listen, I prefer white sweet potatoes like what we eat in Africa and Jamaica. Okay.
Everybody has their thing.
Everybody got their thing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I would say in moderation as well. Don't overly consume the white potato because that's white starch.
It's a little bit more starchy.
Yeah. Simple carbohydrate. It's gonna burn through you very quickly. And things like that, like once in a while, you can have your little, white potatoes and things like that, but focus on nutritionally dense foods at the end of the day. Listen,
so how we would plate this meal? So just so you see, if you see the potato like that,
woo!
Okay, nice sweet purple potato. All right, look at the color. Okay, and then basically we would take that and.
The YouTube community is feeling you, OG Titus. It said man.
You like spicy?
I love spicy. I'm from Jamaica, man. I'm from the island.
That's the last thing I added. Okay.
Yo, listen, we love the spice. Is it? All right. So I'm Jamaican. OG is Liberian and Haitian. Two strong bloodlines. They warriors. Haiti was the first black country to say, nah, we ain't doing this slavery stuff no more. It's time for action. La revolution, for real. So shout out to OG Titus, man. But yeah, listen, YouTube community, tap in, tap in. If you got questions, you want to send a super chat, support the OG. Listen, we're gonna be doing more work together. This is not the first and last time. We're gonna be doing more work together. We figured out that we work very well together.
Try that out.
Oh, woo! Listen, hold on. You know me, foodie. Hold on. Oh, what's that? Facebook? Facebook, you gotta see it. Instagram, you gotta see it. Oh, yo, wow. Why it looks like that? Why it looks like that?
Like what?
Why it looks like that? Like life.
The purple potato is vibrant. It's very vibrant.
Oh,
man. So you tell me what it tastes like to you. Now he's doing a taste test live. So I'm taking this chance.
Listen. Yeah, y'all know me. I don't be BS. It don't taste good. Hold on.
Okay, there you go.
Oh my God. The flavoring, the seasoning, the vegetables is not too soft. It still got that crunchy thing going on. And one thing with me, when I eat good food, when I eat nutritionally dense foods, my body speaks. So as soon as I put this, near my mouth and I start to eat it, I start to feel uplifted. Like it gave me a jolt of energy.
It brings out your Jamaican accent.
Yeah. Listen, let me tell you, good food is definitely gonna bring out the accent for sure. Sometimes it just come out, it just come out like so. But yeah, man. Listen, vital is vital. Everything is blessed. Let that food be thy medicine. You see me?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good one. So once again, if you never had the purple potato, go and get it.
Yeah.
Wow. And how long did this cooking thing take? It didn't take that long, did it?
It didn't take that long at all. But I think because we were answering questions and we were getting, like I said before I went on this live show, I said, listen, OG, I'm a man that I want everything to be organic, natural, whatever happens. Let's just talk to the people as if, we know the camera's there, but we're going to be talking like how we usually talk. Whoa! Shout outs to Norman for the $10 donation on YouTube. Shout outs to Norman. What he said, the flying avocado. Is that avocado or pear? I don't know. But shout outs to Norman. Appreciate the love and support for the $10. All right. Definitely.
And shout out to everybody on Instagram.
Shout out to Instagram.
Who purchased badges, and on Facebook, who purchased stars.
Okay.
I see a couple people, so I can't see everything from this distance, but I see a couple.
Listen, badges and stars. So badges and stars for Facebook and Instagram. For YouTube, we do the super chat.
There you go.
All right. Yo, Instagram. My Instagram. Listen, Instagram. I'm looking at y'all. Y'all better stop playing. All right. First of all, I need y'all to tap in and go to my post notifications. Y'all bugging out right now, all right? All right, so yeah, let's eat this wonderful food. We here on a lovely Sunday. If you have any questions or anything like that you want us to answer, please be free to I got questions for days.
Yeah, it's actually very good. And the pepper flakes at the end gives a little kick. Once again, I'm cooking for somebody for the first time. I'm a little careful. I can eat a lot of pepper.
Me too.
So, but it has a really, really good, authentic taste. Like I said, not overly salted, very well flavored. So I like it.
Hold on. I'm YouTube community. We are close-knit family, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm giving free will to my moderators to kick out all trolls and kick out anybody that's not supporting and kick out anybody that's not here with the positivity. Just kick them out. Don't even put them in timeout. Just delete them from the channel.
They can do that?
Oh yeah. I have moderators. I have people who ride for me. I have people who really believe in me, and I give them that position to just kick them out. Okay. So YouTube community, you already know.
I
what
wish
to
I
do.
had a troll police. But you know the thing. You know what I say about trolls?
Talk to me.
I always say this. Make this statement. There's no such thing as a hater.
Okay.
Yeah. Haters are just admirers and denial. Because sadly, unfortunately for a lot of people mentally, they see you doing something positive.
Yes.
And as opposed to trying to learn how to do that, they rather express it in a negative way because they want to be able to do what you do.
Yes.
You know, you mean that much to them. I mean, it's Sunday. Literally, it's Sunday, right?
It's the Lord's Day.
You could be doing a lot of things with your time.
Yes.
How many YouTube channels are there out there?
Millions. A lot.
But you're here.
Yes, I am.
No, they're here.
Oh.
And so you know what? A lot of times I don't even kick them out.
Oh,
Because
really?
because you know what? Clearly, the energy that we have is something that you clearly are attracted to and need. And maybe at some point in time, you'll reverse your thinking.
Okay.
And you'll actually the positive vibration will do something for you.
Okay.
Because your negative vibration is doing nothing to me. Because
No,
I'm
not at
way
all.
higher than that.
Exactly.
You know, and literally it's like, I mean, let's be real. You know, you're in your room, wherever you're doing, you know, with your donuts and Vaseline or whatever, and I'm here talking to people.
Yo, Krispy Kreme donuts and Vaseline, that's wild. I don't know. That
But let's be real.
No,
you know?
for real though.
And like, you can say all the inflammatory things you want.
Right.
Because the people even watching,
Yes.
they don't even have to read the screen. They're here to listen and watch.
Mm-hmm.
And so the only time you get any kind of anything is if somebody actually pays attention to you and actually acknowledges what you say.
Hold on, let me, we got to shout out the super chat. Shout out to Trev Earth for the €5. Big up on the man them, big up on the man them in London. You get me? I got to put the accent on. Big up for the €5. Keep up the positivity and high vibes, Scott, with the avocados. Because, I like avocados. I don't want to say this, but OG Titus, he allergic to avocados. So the avocados for me. All right. So shout outs, man. Appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Definitely. Wow, this is amazing, man.
This is damn good.
Damn good.
Yeah.
It's not even good. It's damn good.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah. Wow. So
hashtag Black Man Cook.
But anyway, like I said, I don't let stuff like negativity doesn't bother me.
Right.
Because sadly, these people, they're needing something.
Mm-hmm.
Because other than that, I mean, who does that?
Yeah.
Who does that? Nobody does that.
I think about it too. Like, for me personally, we're both content creators. We're both businessmen.
Right.
We're in the social media world. And I think to myself, like, do I really have time to go on somebody's live stream to comment very negative things and comment things that are not helpful? Like, I don't think I have time for that. I don't, man. You got too much time on your hands.
And let's be real. The person who does that,
Right.
Do you think they would do that to your face?
Hell no.
So then what does it matter?
No.
So like, I always laugh at people and say, like, take for instance, when I drive, I get cussed out every day in traffic. I don't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't bother me none. So it's like, sometimes, like I said, the world sometimes, I feel sorry for some people because they have a certain level of imbalance, and when I see stuff like that, it's a cry for help. Because a cry for attention, cry for help, whatever it is, and sometimes they get a little outrageous and you got to shut them down. But most times it's like, you go ahead, you do you. Like somebody, they get up there and like, F you. Like,
why?
Thank you very much.
Hey.
Exactly.
It's so funny when when people start to like say negative things and curse y'all, and I'll be smiling like, "Hey, thanks, man." They'd be like, "What?" It's almost as if
thanks for the view.
Exactly. Thank you for getting me up in the algorithm. I need that. I'm on my way to 300,000 All right, I'm on my way to 300,000 subs. Listen, I'm gonna help OG with his YouTube channel because I see that
I'm not the tech savvy guy. I don't do.
Don't worry, I'm gonna help him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help him.
Yeah. But for me, that's it, man. That's I'm gonna enjoy this food because it's definitely pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back for seconds.
Listen, I gotta
kill this potato.
Listen, don't worry, I'm here with you. I'm here with you.
But guys, hey, that's it for me. Once again, thank you to the people who always show support, purchasing badges and stars and what have you. Facebook. Let me see if I see one person right now. Sharon Stover, thank you so much. I can't see Instagram because Instagram there's a lot and it just exactly. It was really quick. I only saw her because it's actually up there. But anybody who purchased badges on Instagram and stars on Facebook, once again, thank you guys so much. And try the recipe out. It's literally that simple. A couple of different other things you can put in it. You can add things like Scott was saying, like garbanzo beans or chickpeas. Those are also mushrooms. Those are also very high in protein, high in fiber, high in other nutrients as well.
Yes.
Garbanzo beans are going to be one of the best ones that go in there. Yeah. Chickpeas, for this dish. I always tell people when it comes down to cooking healthy, just because your food is healthy doesn't mean it has to be boring. Flavor your food. Don't salt it down. Flavor your food. And enjoy a healthy lifestyle. You can only sustain a healthy lifestyle if it's enjoyable. For me, I'm not gonna eat stale, nasty rice cakes. I can't. I don't understand how people do that.
I remember I did that.
Yeah, so I learned how to make food that I like, food that is also going to be good for me, and food that is easy to make. And so that's why I like to cook. For nothing else, it's cheaper.
Yes.
All right. So if you look at the meal I just made,
cost effective.
This is a meal. Because I don't overeat. This is a meal, even though I might overeat a little bit today. This is a meal, right? And but I can get about 4 or 5 of these meals out of what I made. So as a guy living by myself, that's 4 or 5 days worth of food. Mm-hmm. Scott's plant-based, but let's say if I wanted to mix this up a little bit, I can throw in some chicken in mine. I can throw in some shrimp in mine.
Right.
I can eat it with brown rice. I can eat it with potatoes. I can even eat it by itself. Okay, because it's a fully sustainable meal by itself. Because even the veggies have carbs.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different things you can do with this meal. There's a lot of different things you can do with healthy eating. Don't be afraid. But start now. If you want to get yourself together, don't wait until some arbitrary January 1st. Start now.
Oh no! New Year's resolution.
New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
I think you know what. I think just the idea of waiting till New Year's is almost admitting failure. Wow. Because you're saying to yourself that anytime a holiday comes around, I will abandon all my hard work to participate and eat whatever I want. And so, wow. I mean, think about, I used the analogy the other day. If you had cancer or a cancerous tumor, right, and they told you and they offered you an appointment tomorrow to have it removed, would you say, no, the recovery might mess up my Thanksgiving eating, so I'm gonna put it off until after Christmas because I gotta eat for Christmas as well? Of course you wouldn't do that. But a lot of times people think just because they're not sick, they think they're healthy. Yeah. And a lot of times you're right on the borderline. Yes. What is it? 32 million people have diabetes. 81 million people have pre-diabetes. But here's the thing. Pre-diabetes. So before. But there's a large swath of people that are knocking on the door or haven't gotten tested that are diabetic, have high blood pressure, have issues, but they just haven't had it diagnosed yet. And basically we know that if you change your diet, if you change the things you eat, that's what it is. So you can get a jump start on it. Right now we got 40 days or so before the end of the year. Yeah. Get your detox stack, go to the website, get your detox stack, cleanse your system, Start taking your sea moss and things like that. Start eating properly. Eat more fruit. Eat more vegetables. Drink more water. If you want to go, if you want to go plant based, hey, you know what? Maybe you can't do it all in one day. Start off with 1 or 2 days a week that are plant based. Start to learn.
Let me tell you, one of the things that people find very popular these days, especially like people that want to transition to plant based or vegan, whatever, just have a meatless Monday. It's fun. It's catchy. Like, oh, today's my meatless Monday. Okay, like just have a meatless Monday. Then from there, okay, just embrace the journey. And you never want to go on a guilt trip like, man, I can't do this, whatever. Listen, everybody have their own journey to partake in. My journey is not going to be the same as your journey whatsoever. Everybody's going to take their steps. And there's going to be high valleys and there's going to be low lows, but from there, embrace the journey. You start to know yourself. And once you start to know yourself, you start to become more confident, whatever it is that you are pursuing in life in general. So, yeah, don't try to overly guilt yourself at all. Just embrace the journey, learn more, educate yourself more on different dishes, on different things, watch different documentaries, cookbooks.
Right. And everything's online.
Watch OG.
When I first started, there was a point where I was doing fish, plant-based.
Yeah.
Fish, plant-based.
Yeah.
Then I would do one day where I would do red meat.
Right.
And then I went back plant-based. I was doing 3 plant-based meals a week. 3 fish, right? Or 3 seafood, and 1 meat.
Right.
That's it. And even on the days where I was quote unquote eating meat, right? 75% of my meals that day was still plant-based. Because once again, I still eat my fruit, I still eat my salad, I still do my smoothie. All those things have no animal products.
Right.
It was just one meal in a day would have fish or whatever it is. And then on the plant-based day, as opposed to, 75% of the meals being plant-based, all of them were plant-based. And it's much easier. My body felt great about it, and you'll be surprised. You can ease yourself into a really good lifestyle that is actually very beneficial for yourself. But what I always tell people is don't let the short-term intensity fool you. Long-term consistency will always be short-term intensity. So even if it's just one day a week for a month and then you change 2 days, you look up in a year, you'll be where you want to be. And then you'll also have learned versus trying to do it 100% plant-based tomorrow. Right. And you don't know what to eat. So now you're walking around eating Oreos and Doritos. You know what I'm saying?
Oreos is vegan and French fries is vegan.
Exactly, right?
All right. And some of y'all, I'm eating McDonald's salad. Look, Scott. No.
So plant-based, raw plant-based is always best. Learn your lifestyle. Take the time to learn your lifestyle, and then you can master it, and then you can be good at it. And once again, this is not a race. You're trying to better yourself.
Exactly.
So there's not a competition, nothing like that.
Listen, you're just trying to be the best version of yourself while you're on this earth.
Yeah,
that's it.
And you can't do that if you're unhealthy.
One thing I've learned too, OG, a lot of people like, my grandmama was 100 and she ate all the way that she ate. And my daddy lived till he was 90 and he ate hog, pork, all this. Now the thing is that it's not the way how you live, it's the quality of living.
So let me give you a little fact.
Go ahead.
In 1920, every chemical that's used in food, produce, and everything like that has to be registered with FDA.
FDA, yes.
So in 1920, there were 40 chemicals registered with agriculture, from livestock to all the other things like that.
Yeah.
40. 40. Right now, guess how many chemicals are registered?
Oh.
That are used?
Over 100?
28,000.
28,000.
So, wow. Your mother's cow, your mother's pork, your mother's milk, your mother's cheese, your mother's vegetables, your mother's whatever it is, or your grandmother's is not the same thing that you're eating. It might have the same name.
Right.
Okay. It is not the same thing.
No.
The products are cheaper. They're way more chemicalized. Even bread.
Oh, I'm scared of bread these days.
From the time I was a kid,
yeah,
we used to buy bread, and bread used to mold. Just 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, bread used to mold. Bread don't mold no more.
Woo!
Okay, why? Because they add chemicals in there to preserve the shelf life, for transferring it, all that kind of stuff like that. And these are the things you're eating. So yeah, your grandmother ate bread her whole life, but she didn't eat the bread you're eating.
Oh man.
So that, let's get that part straight.
Let's go.
Okay, let's get that part straight. I remember I told these people one time I bought some wraps. That shit you not. The wraps, I kept them for 10 months.
Yeah.
On my kitchen counter.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like it was in a refrigerator or anything like that. On my kitchen counter, room temperature. And this, a lot of people who follow remember this from a couple of years back, right? Because I kept showing the wraps. 10 months, it never molded.
That's scary. And then you put that in your body, right?
Right.
Oh man.
And like I say, the longer the shelf life, the shorter your life. You ever make cookies at home?
I have. Once in a while.
Yeah. You make cookies at home, right? When you make actual cookies at home, how long them cookies last before they turn into hockey pucks? Like 3-4 days?
Yeah.
Okay. How can a Chips Ahoy
my
thing stay in the package?
This is the conversation that we need to have, but some people was not gonna be happy
fresh
about
for
it.
A year. Like literally. What is it that you have in that cookie that's making it fresh for a year? And then why is it that I should feel comfortable about putting that in my body? So, wow, food for thought.
Food for thought.
Anyway, guys, that's it for me.
All right. Listen, this was a wonderful live stream. Thank you all for tuning in. Wonderful Sunday. Shout out to OG, man. Shout out to OG Titus Unlimited. This is the first but not the last time that we, going to be working together and things like that. Anytime I'm in town, we're gonna be putting out more content for you all. I see that everybody's receptive to it. Give us some feedback for sure. After we finish the live stream, I just want to say thank you all. God bless, and please.
We're gonna get back to eating. I'm actually cutting this short so I can eat.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right. Peace out. Love always. Interviews coming soon. YouTube could listen. Type post notifications. The interview will be, we're working on it. Don't worry. All right. Peace, love. Amazing, man.
Yeah, look how many viewers I have.
Wow, that's crazy. I wish.